On what's been a deadly weekend in Nigeria now, we cross live to our West Africa correspondent Adaure Achumba. She's in Lagos for us this morning. Good morning, Adaure. What is the mood in Nigeria this morning?
Good morning. Well, many Nigerians are asking how it is possible that the insurgents, the Boko Haram insurgents, could have taken out a possible 2,000 civilians in the northeastern town of Baga. Now, that number is being disputed because there isn't any actual confirmation of that number. But Nigeria's military says the descriptions so far about that attack have been valid, although no numbers have been given yet. Local officials in the Baga community say also that the death toll is pretty high. One of them saying, even though it may not be up to that 2,000 that is being quoted, that it is in hundreds. Survivors who were able to trek for 4 days to the capital city of Borno, Maiduguri, are narrating their harrowing ordeal, many of them saying they had to step over dead bodies. One saying that the old and children were gunned down as well, and one pregnant woman, her belly was slid open. Again, these are horrid details coming out from survivors who were able to escape Haram insurgents from Baga. Now, the Nigerian president has not made a specific statement regarding this particular incident, but the military says that it is carrying out an operation to wipe out the insurgents there. An operation was underway in Damaturu in next-door Yobe State, where insurgents also tried to carry out an attack. They so far say that the military rather says that it was able to foil that attack and that normalcy has returned to that community.
Adaure, tell us about these suicide bombings that we saw happen over the weekend. Some conflicting reports as to whether these were actually little girls or whether they were just young women in their 20s.
Yes, indeed. While many Nigerians were still reeling about the attacks in Baga, more suicide attacks in that same region. The first on Saturday, purportedly carried out by a 10-year-old girl. That attack killed 20 people and injured 18. Again, some alarming developments in Boko Haram's fight using innocent little children to carry out their evil. Again, no details as to how this little girl got into the hands of these insurgents, but Boko Haram has been kidnapping little girls and women throughout their operation, throughout their insurgency. Most recently, you recall in April, the kidnapping of the more than 200 schoolgirls from Chibok. Over time, since that incident happened in April, they've kidnapped several women, they've raided several villages, and of course with the women, they come their children as well. So while nobody has been able to confirm yet whether these young girls are some of those kidnapped, it is pointing towards that direction, and that these girls are now becoming a tool in Boko Haram's madness. Another incident in Potiskum in Yobe saw 2 women detonating themselves in a market, in the Kasuwa Jagal market in Potiskum. Both of them arrived at the market in rickshaws. One went into the market. When she detonated, the other suicide bomber who was waiting outside in her rickshaw also detonated. That incident, we're told, 4 people lost their lives in that one.
Now, Adaure, if this is indeed the work of Boko Haram, like we say, nobody's claimed responsibility yet, but bears all the hallmarks of Boko Haram, it seems that they are employing different tactics if they are indeed using young girls as young as 10, and also reports that the suicide bombers themselves are not detonating these explosives, that these are being done independently away from these girls and women. Has that led to even more security concerns now around Nigeria?
Well, all the attacks are of concern to Nigerians and the Nigerian government. The military, as I mentioned, says that it is carrying out its own operation to root out the terrorists. They're also calling for support not just from Nigerians but also neighboring countries and the global community. Niger and Chad have been helping, but recently the Nigerian government indicated that it was not going to retain its troops in that multinational joint task force operation until some of those towns that had been taken over by Boko Haram were recaptured. Again, the military is saying that the global community needs to step up and assist the military, and also Nigerians themselves need to also step up and assist in the fight against terrorism. Now, again, Boko Haram's insurgency ongoing, militarized since 2009, has killed more than 20 people so far, and it doesn't seem like they're stopping. They're taking up territories along the way now. 16 local governments in Borno State under the control, 16 towns under the control of Boko Haram, amongst them several villages in that cluster. So it is very alarming how they're growing, and with the election coming up in February 14, many are saying that the Nigerian government is distracted. People are distracted from the insurgency because of elections, and that because of that, attention isn't being paid to the atrocities that are happening in the Northeast.
All right, thank you very much. We will catch up with you a little later on in the week. West Africa correspondent Adaure Achumba, live to us from Lagos this morning.